Mag-set ka muna dito. May set ka.
Sa likod ko rin. Iba-ibat ko. Pinipinerdip na yun. Saan? Pinipinerdip.
Sa side po, dati yung oras, no? Madali lang yan sa alas 2. Dahil po kasi marami yung mga graduates ngayon. 155 lang sa side. Ano pera mo? Ang pera mo na. Alam ka na? Hindi na-abot ng 2 o'clock yan, sir. Aywan ko yan. Aywan siya dali. Dali, dadalagi. Ma'am, sa side po. Dito po, kaya po doon. Bawat po dito sa center. Sa side po. Ano kaya dito? Bawal po dyan sa center. Ma'am, pwede po dyan sa center. Ano kaya?
Tigilan yung seat. Tatlo?
Dito po ma'am? Bawal po kasi.
Hindi dito.
Doon po ma'am? Dalawa po yung seat po.
Dito sa pwede dito.
Ay, bawal po dyan. Bawal po sa center.
Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love?
Ay, opo mo na yan.
Will your eyes still smile from your cheek? Darling,
Hindi
I
yan. Opo lang to.
will be loving
Stop po muna to. Naka-live po. Stop po muna yung event. Stream pala. Stop yan. Tapos opo muna ba?
Wala pang magandang quality. Camry pa lang. Ang sa Torre.
Sama.
Camry.
Lost college found. We request you to please turn off your cellular to avoid any technical. To remind everyone to remain on as much as possible. No cameras must be used as there is an official photographer for this event. If you wish to take photos, please turn off the flash mode. However, you may not stand nor go away from your seats. Good morning and thank you for your utmost compliance.
Ang daanan mo lang yan dito harap, dito sa likod. Hindi ka pwedeng tumama sa gitna. Kasi mismo photographer, nandiyan lang sila eh. Kung tatawid, isa lang ang pwedeng tumawid. Kung kami lahat sa gitna. Sa gitna lang tambahin namin yan.
O bali, ikot-ikot ako.
Ikot-ikot ka yan, depende.
Ikot-ikot na lang.
Anong film na nakapagpapawala? Hindi. Ano si Dave? Ano siya? Kuha ng camera. Hindi ko yung bata. Sorry boy, battery ako kaya.
Local na local. Oh?
Hindi. Bukas kasi 2 bars siya.
Imbis na on off, mga kasira.
Hindi. Para siguradong tatagal ka ng 3 oras. Nalulog ka na pinatatapan niya eh.
Dito. Dito na dito. Dito sa ligro po.
Ikaw.
Kaya mo 1,000. Pag ba nung-order ka ng boy ako, nakagad magkano?
Pagpa-order ng boy. Kung ano kong bubuli.
Oo nga, ako ay bibili.
Hindi tapos short na ako.
Sa mini po, agad din no?
Oo, agad din. Dapat ako, bumili ako agad. Kasi hindi kong bulaklak, walang titingin.
Bakit?
Lang.
Oo. Di ba? Sa iyong pera, dito mo yung cash mo.
So, kinahin ko na lang pinangkain ko.
Oo, magkano din yan?
180 ako din. Pinang
KFC.
KFC ko na lang sana. Kasi busog pa ako. Lagi ang babae. Walang mukha niya.
Wala kami iligay. Yung sa parents, alam niyo kung saan mag-start, no? Ha? Hindi ngayon, okay na. Mamaya, maghiwalay na kayo.
Marami na tayo. ECD.
150.
Mamaya kasi, Sir Raymond nandiyan na.
Kaya pala, kasi 300.
152.
Kasi ano to eh, 400 lang to eh.
Kasi na,
Ay, 300 lang kasi 400 sa capacity ng itong theater eh.
150. 150 sa dagat. Ang dito yung mga kasama nito. Isa-isa.
Sinong mag-review sa atin? Sino may hawak na radyo?
400 seater lang. Sige.
Kanya ba nag-speech ang doon?
Oh, pwede ka naman gumawa ng flash eh. May ID ka. Pag nag-15 ka daw, tapos 15 ka daw. Mas mabagal lang sa atin kita tapos na mas steady.
Yan naman siya
30 lang. Kasi malingan pa tayo. Pag doon ka na sa baba, marami ka lang parang nakastikit na abad mo.
Mas mga kasama ko ng speaker.
Kung saan po kami yun eh.
To our distinguished guests, student candidates, proud parents, members of the Systems Plus College Foundation academic community, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the 2015 commencement exercises of Systems Plus College Foundation Technical Vocational Education. We have a good number of students who will be getting their diplomas today. And this is one of the most awaited moments, not only in their lives, but also in the lives of their parents, loved ones, and benefactors. This commencement exercises is the SPCF's way of giving you the kind of regard, importance, and honor that you deserve. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, proud parents and members of the Academe, join me in welcoming the graduates of school year 2014-2015 in the processional. The graduating class of 2014-2015, starting with our outstanding student.
ka ng konti lang.
Lumagas ng power. Isang nila. Hindi sa pa. Pabili lang yung iba pa. Pwede lang lang. Nasama ko rin, tayo seryoso yung mamaya na. Hindi next week ang business hindi ko. Kasi, ba't kayo mo na lang, yes,
the members of the faculty, staff, and officials of Systems Plus College Foundation, headed by our Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Edgar Galang, our Vice President for Student Services, Professor Christopher Manawis, our College Registrar, Dr. Mary Ann Villena, Dean of the College of Computing and Information Sciences, Dr. Grace Fabros Tyler, our Administrative Head, Ms. Ofelia M. Liba, Technical Department Program OIC, Mr. Wilfredo Quiroz Jr., Hospitality and Management Program Chair, Mr. Victor Cailao Jr., and our distinguished speaker for this commencement exercises. Also entering the halls is the school's Executive Vice President, Madam Lian Happy Lido. Ladies and gentlemen, the entrance of colors.
Pinuno, banda, luksok pagkila, panangkalikan, ta! Colors, cut! At banda, cut! Slow, cut!
Ladies and gentlemen, to start off with this momentous affair, may I request our parents and guests to please rise and join the SPCF academic community and the graduating students for the doxology and the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
You are my light, you're the lamp
Stop.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng matiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Sopan bila. Stop.
This day is truly a milestone in the history of Systems Plus College Foundation Technical Vocational Education. SPCF doesn't stop at simply educating its students. Our institution goes beyond the bounds of the school and believes that there should be quality and excellence in education. SPCF has indeed gone a long way. Let us now all listen to the welcome address to be delivered by the school administrative head, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ofelia M. Liwag.
Our guest of honor and speaker, members of the administration, faculty members, beloved parents, our dear students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today will be your cherished and memorable day, your graduation. Graduation is a conclusive evidence of your achievement and marks the beginning of a surprising journey. You will finally receive your hard-earned diploma. As you leave the college and begin your career path, you will be performing more challenging tasks that will bring the best out of you to achieve and fulfill your dreams. Mixed emotions takes in you as you line up to receive your very own diploma. Sadness glows in your face and in your hearts as you bid goodbye to your friends, classmates, and instructors. You will also feel overjoyed, for you have accomplished the hurdle of your educational pursuit. You did not fail those who love you. Some will be the cheerful days of your apparent indifference to the rest of the world. Gratefulness is also due to your parents for making themselves available, serving themselves, as example of upright living. However, you should not forget that this is just the start of a more challenging phase of the educational ladder. Your responsibility does not end here, because on your shoulders also lies your duty to make not only for yourselves and families, but for your country as well. To our dear parents, family members, and friends of today's graduates, you are the ones who shapes today's graduates with your nurturance and care for many years before you ever delivered them to our doors. You have supported them through thick and thin during their time with us in ways that each of you knows best, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and financially, and sometimes with your hugs. It is not easy to forget that the life of a college is not a two-way street interaction between student and the institution. It is at least a three-cornered relationship between the college, the student, and his or her family. How about a big hand to your parents? I wish to congratulate the parents for their unending constant support. You are the wind beneath the wings on the success of our students. The School Systems Plus College Foundation is providing your sons and daughters an avenue for limitless opportunities for them to grow intellectually, morally, socially, and emotionally. Thank you for your lasting trust and patronage. As we say goodbye to you, we hope that the true spirit of your beloved alma mater will illuminate your path, strengthen your resolve, and serve as your moral sword and shield that will help you not only to survive, but also triumph over the many battles still ahead. Again, good morning and welcome to the 28th commencement exercises of Systems Plus College Foundation Technical Vocational Education.
Thank you, Ma'am Ophelia and Liwag, for your message. Truly, SPCF has indeed soared greater heights as it continues to serve its purpose, its commitment to excellence. At this juncture, it is time for us to recognize the student whose performance in our institution has exceeded beyond what is expected of him, embodying the school's thrust for academic excellence. SPCF, as a growing institution, meritoriously recognizes students who had kept the SPCian faith and spirit. Our Executive Vice President, Madam Lian Happy L. Bustamante, and Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Edgar Galang, will now lead us in the awarding of our outstanding student. Mr. Belly L. Capigon, Outstanding Student, Associate in Computer Technology. Once again, a warm round of applause for our outstanding students. To affirm your titles and degrees and acknowledge your stream, you will be required to stand as soon as your program is called. At this point, may I call on our college registrar, Dr. Mary Ann Villena, for the presentation and recommendation of the candidates for graduation, and the institution's Executive Vice President, Madam Lian Happy L. Bustamante, for the conferment of titles and degrees.
Executive Vice President, Madam Lian Happy Bustamante. In my capacity as the College Registrar of Systems Plus College Foundation, I have the honor to present for your confirmation the 155 candidates for graduation for this academic year 2014-2015, the 155 Associate in Computer Technology. These candidates have satisfactorily completed all the requirements as prescribed and approved by the Commission on Higher Education, or CHED. Madam Executive Vice President, our 155 candidates for Associate in Computer Technology.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Executive Vice President of Systems Plus College Foundation, by the Commission on Higher Education and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, and upon the recommendation of the deans and heads of the different collegiate departments, I now confirm the graduation of the candidates in their respective degrees with all the rights, privileges, and immunities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates, and thank you to Dr. Villena and Madame Bustamante. The candidates have now been presented and conferred their respective titles. To do the distinct honor of introducing our guest speaker for this morning's commencement exercises, please welcome the Dean of the College of Computing and Information Sciences, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Grace Fabros Tyler.
It is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce our commencement speaker for today's graduation ceremony. Our commencement speaker today is from the United States of America, but has been living and working here in the Philippines for the past 7 years. He is Vice President of Owens Asia, a Clark locator since 2008, and Vice President of Owens Online in Tampa, Florida. He has over 24 years of experience in sales, marketing, partner development, and project management in the telecom, technology, and information service industries. He has over 10 years of management and executive experience and has worked for small, medium, and Fortune 500-sized companies, including Apple Computer. He was a judge of the Google Startup Weekend held in November 2014 in SM Clark. He was a panelist at the Clark Connects ICT conference in 2011 and has been involved in our local business community, helping small businesses locate in Clark and Angeles City. He has a passion for supporting the best and brightest Filipino entrepreneurs. He is always on the lookout for great new employees for Owens Asia and is now to share with you some ideas on how to approach your next big steps after graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Todd Owens.
Technology, and I will use my iPad. I am honored to be your commencement speaker today, and thank you for allowing me to share this special day with you. I would like to recognize the following very important people in attendance. Please forgive my pronunciation if I get it wrong. Executive Vice President Professor Leanne Happy Bustamante, Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Edgar Galan, Vice President for Student Services, Professor Christopher Manoas, Head Administrator Miranda Extension, Ms. Ophelia Liwag, Ms. O, Dean College of Computing and Information Sciences, Dr. Grace Tyler. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. School Registrar, Dr. Mary Ann Villena, excuse me. All faculty, administrators, and staff of Systems Plus College Foundation, and all students, parents, families, and guests invited here today, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2015. Congratulations and job well done. This year marks the 30th year since the founding of Systems Plus in 1985. Back then, when this school was pioneering education in Angeles City with seminars for programming and coding and systems analysis, I was still in college, engaged in the same amazing experience that you just completed. I wish I was sitting in your seat right now. I remember when I was. You're ready to start your new adventure in the real world. It's an amazing feeling to have accomplished getting a degree and knowing that you have prepared yourself for succeeding in your goals. I know that you're excited, scared, happy school is over, sad to leave your friends, unsure about your future, and most importantly, who you will be in your life. When I graduated with my Bachelor of Arts degree in 1988, I wish I had someone to tell me a few things to make the journey a little easier, besides my parents, of course. Sorry, parents. Hopefully I can be that person for you today. I was invited to speak with you because I know some things that might be helpful to you right now. I have a unique perspective on technology, business process, companies in the Philippines and in the United States. Our business in Clark is Owens Asia, and yes, we are hiring. Our company in the US is Owens Online, and I have a company in Germany, Owens Europe. We offer HR-related research for companies, mainly verifications and background checks. Previously, I have worked for small newspapers when I just got out of school, small technology startups in California, and for large companies like Apple Computer. This year's research and development theme for Systems Plus is engagement in multidisciplinary research for development and transformation. The main topic that I feel out of all of the topics that were available on the website that match my knowledge base and that I'd like to share with you today is competitiveness of graduates in the local, national, and global markets. I'm sure there's some amazing papers being written by their faculty about this theme, which will help the business community, and I hope to see some of those. and understand these important academic subjects. Many of these topics are great for government to strategize what resources future students in future years and decades to come will need to be competitive in the global market. The question is, how does that help you now? How are you going to land a job when you get out of here? How will that give you the confidence that you need to make your dreams real? So let's start with talking about what you actually have control over and how all of you have exactly what you need now to have a great career that you love. Before I begin, please forgive me for not speaking your beautiful language. I have heard so many dialects since I've been here in the Philippines, each one bringing richness of local culture, tradition, and history. However, I will be speaking English only, please. Which leads me into our main topic. Why is the Philippines doing so well right now, attracting investment, which brings more jobs to you? Filipinos have many great advantages on a global market, and some of them relate to the friendliness, hardworking, adaptable nature that you are known for worldwide. Most of it relates to the economic realities of having lower labor costs. But I believe that your success as a country, as it relates to IT and BPO, insurgents of industry, is based on your ability to speak basic to advanced neutral English. The first thing that I would like to have you consider is this: English equals money. It's just a fact that if you want to be competitive locally, nationally, or globally, you need to know English, both spoken and written. If you're having difficulty understanding me now, then please take the time to make this a priority in your life. The better your English, the more money you will make. Now, if you also happen to know Japanese, Korean, Spanish, Arabic, or Australian, just kidding, mates, then this would be a great advantage for you here and most other countries. My companies love to hire people who speak both English and another major language. Okay, so let's talk about another idea. Some of the ideas that I'm presenting to you might seem strange at first, but bear with me. Curiosity equals solving problems. Hold that thought. First, let me tell you about my college. I went to Guilford College in Greensboro, North Carolina from 1983 to 1988. I got a Bachelor of Fine Arts. It's a 5-year degree, and yes, I majored in art. Am I an artist now? Not by occupation. But what I learned was invaluable. It's not specifically the things that I learned, like how to paint, make sculpture, draw. My degree and the subject I learned did not define me as a person. It was just evidence that I had the ability to think, to be curious, and to learn new things. Okay, so you're asking, why does this really matter? Well, you did go to a technical school, so the assumption is that you will get a job doing what you learned here. But life is not always like that. It's a journey that takes you to unexpected places that you just can't imagine right now. And the great thing is that even if you don't get a job in your field, you can still succeed because of one thing that all of you know how to do now, that you learned here. You learned how to learn. So what does curiosity have to do with it? The desire to learn and the fascination with figuring out how something works or why something is the way it is comes out of curiosity. If you are curious, then what if begins most of your sentences related to ideas, goals, and dreams. For example, what if you could use your location on your phone as a way of getting a taxi faster? That's Uber. What if there was a way to immediately take a picture and share it with all your friends on social media? That's Instagram. What if we want to make a thing, this bottle, or a tool, solid, without a mold or big manufacturing process, and just need some liquid that hardens, and use a computer file for the design? That's a 3D computer, 3D printer. By the way, for all of us geeks in here, they just finished testing a 3D printer in space, in the space station. It works in microgravity, and this will allow on-site manufacturing of tools and parts without having to wait for a very expensive trip. I think that's very cool. And it came out of what if? It came out of curiosity, and it came out of wanting to solve a problem. But maybe you're thinking to yourself, I could never think of something like that. We know you could do it, based on your degree and based on what you've learned. But let's try thinking just a little smaller, just for now. Let's think of things that you have control over. What if you switched from doing Facebook every day to learning Java, or Linux, or English, or something else that you're interested in? Would that give you a better job? Would that increase your starting pay? Would that allow you to move from your first job to your second job and increase your pay? Or increase your interest? Would that allow you to make more money faster? What if you went to the bookstore and bought an English grammar book and a dictionary and spent 2 hours a day learning? Or for those of you who are really serious, I make this suggestion to everyone I meet here. What if you only spoke, texted, emailed in English only for 1 year? I know, your friends and family would not be happy with that. But would that make you more competitive locally, nationally, globally? Yes, absolutely. But it's not about thinking big or thinking small, it's just about thinking and curiosity. Having curiosity is the beginning of success in anything. It's the spark that allows thought to create actions. Your ability to know how to learn things is what makes you competitive. Your desire to learn more and to never stop learning is what will keep you competitive. Your ability to learn how to solve a problem can make you successful anywhere. Business is about solving problems. Okay, another new idea. Ready? Yeah? Okay. This one's a little strange, but stay with me. Commitment equals confidence in yourself. Commitment equals confidence in yourself. Have you ever noticed that once you make a commitment to do something, it tends to happen? Maybe not every time, but most of the time when you say, I will get my degree, or I am committed to saving money for this specific thing. It happens. You do it. Here's one of my favorite quotes. There's a difference, this is from Art Turok. There's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in doing something, you do it only when circumstances permit. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results. Some of you think that you need confidence in order to succeed. Some of you are afraid of taking action, either because you think that you do not know enough, or because it's your personality to be shy. Some of you think you need to fake it until you make it. None of that is true. Confidence is not a personality trait. Confidence is the direct result of making a commitment and creating actions that support that commitment. Making a commitment and then doing or saying things that support that commitment creates confidence. You do not need confidence to be successful in your goals. Be true to the commitments you make and you will succeed. Let me give you an example in my own life. I was working for myself, and I had an okay business. It paid the bills most of the time, but it was not very successful. I felt stagnant, and I really wanted a new experience, and I wanted to put myself into a position of working with the best people around me and with a company I respected. I wanted to work for Apple Computer. I had been using Apple Macintosh since 1984 in college when they first came out. The Mac became very important in arts and publishing, which was my major. So I was very familiar with the technology as a customer. But to actually work for Apple, was it possible? Who was I? It was then that every possible reason and excuse came up for me. You are not experienced enough to have, or you have the wrong experience. You're not good enough to be at a big company. There are other people who are better than you. Apple is doing very badly and might go bankrupt. Yeah, that was the thing. 1997, look it up. They will never choose you, don't even try. These are all the things that were going on in my head. Everybody has these feelings. You're not unique. We are really our own worst memories when we are thinking about what we want to do in our life. So I did something that I hadn't done before. I made a commitment that I would in fact work at Apple. I made a plan, and I worked the plan. Yes, it included learning more about the Mac, learning everything I could about the company, the competition, their strengths and weaknesses, their failures. I went to Apple seminars. They didn't have the Apple Store then, or just little seminars around the country, so I went to those in different cities, and I met Apple employees, and I did networking in the computer industry. I learned everything I could. This was on top of the job that I already had. I didn't expect anybody to just give that to me. I wasn't entitled to that job. I had to go get it. Possible that opportunity would knock on my door and that I would be prepared when it did. About a year after I made my commitment, an Apple employee referred me to apply for a position, and I went for it. I was not the perfect candidate. There were others there that were more experienced and more qualified. But I was super knowledgeable, passionate, and my commitment made me unstoppable. I got the job. I worked at Apple for just over a year. It was the best and the worst job I ever had in my life. And I'm ever thankful for the experience. Okay, here's another weird concept. This is probably my strangest one, but I think you'll like it. Love equals the power to choose. I know. When I first wrote that down, I was like, really? But there's good stuff here. In all things, love is at the heart of happiness. Love of God, love of family, love of country, most importantly, love of self. Without love, there can be no happiness. So what does that have to do with getting a job? Well, that part is the problem. We call it a job, and I'm going to continue calling it a job, but it's not really a job, it's a career. If you love what you're doing, it's a career. If you need to love what you do. The money doesn't matter, the fame is meaningless, the power that you might have in a higher position is even more meaningless. You must adore what you are doing to be great. But what if I get a job that I don't like? I've had those. And that's the thing about love, isn't it? In our relationships, we have the same problem. Love does not seem to visit all of us fairly. And some of us have an abundance of love in our lives and some of us don't. Why is that? Consider that the amount of love you have in your life is directly related to you choosing to be in love with your parents, your spouse, your friends, and your job. Sure, there are jobs that you will have that are difficult, or you might have a bad boss, or maybe it doesn't pay enough. So don't confuse dissatisfaction with lack of love. Do not let that get in the way of loving your work. It's a commitment that you make, and that love will give you power. Power to succeed and power to achieve. Love is a choice in all relationships, especially the relationship that you have with you. Next idea. Measuring equals results. What does that mean, measuring equals results? There's an old saying, measure twice, cut once. And the idea behind that is, make sure you get it right, and then when you cut, you know that you got it right. You don't make mistakes, you're accurate. So that's one way of looking at it. Another way of looking at it is, if you don't measure, how do you know what results you're creating? How do you know if you're meeting your goals or your commitments? How do you improve if you do not measure? Companies call them KPIs, or key. I've got bad news for you. It's just a fancy corporate speak for grades. Yes, I'm sorry to inform you, but grades do not end with graduation. They never end. But it's not a bad thing. Measuring shows you how to improve and where to improve. And if you are measuring yourself or being measured, you usually have higher results just because you were measuring in the first place. So how can this work for you in getting a job? A career. When you make your resume, make sure you are putting into your statistics for anything that you may have accomplished. Now this may take some thinking, but almost everything that you do can be quantified in time or money. Those are the only two things that a business actually care about the most. Sure, as individuals, we care about more than that, but business is business. To really improve that you understand that, or to really prove that you understand that, you need to show on your resume and in your interview that you have the ability to think in terms of the three following things. 1, saving the company money. Now usually this is done in accounting, purchasing, sometimes IT solutions when you're making big purchases. How do you save the company money? When you're able to prove that you were involved in that process and that you understand that, and you can show that on your resume, you're showing the company that you care about the one thing they care about most. Number 2, making the company money. That's usually related to sales, marketing, product development, anything that makes a product better, makes the company better than the competitor. Number 3, saving or creating time. Figuring out how to reduce the time it takes to do any process in a company. The less time it takes, without reduction in quality, the more time there is for other things, or the more money a company is able to accept as profit instead of cost. Usually people in operations are related to this. But the fact is, every one of you, when you're in a company, are responsible for these 3 things. Every single one of you. If you're taking a long time to do something, then you're wasting the company's time, which costs them money. And they're going to notice. So your resume should show quantification as a percentage of money saved, or a number of man hours saved, or an increase in income made to the company. Now I know that you have no real experience yet, and so you're going to have to get creative with this. So you might be able to do things like maybe you managed a club and it had a budget, and maybe you did really well at that. So talk about that. It's okay. It doesn't matter that it was here at the school. Or maybe you had a bigger party this year. It was more fun, more people attended, and you spent less money. I created this percentage more fun at my school than the previous year. You could do that. All it's doing is showing that you know how to quantify what's important to whatever the goal was in your institution. Get creative and show that you get it. Okay, this is the last idea, and probably the most difficult to achieve, mostly because of the world that we live in. Ready? Integrity equals others confident in you. This is really important. If you're sleeping now, wake up. What is integrity? This is the last thing that you want to think about right now. If the ground starts to shake right now in this building, and you realize it's an earthquake, the integrity you are thinking about in that one moment is, will the building stay up? Will something fall on top of me? And you are then questioning the integrity of the building. And maybe a bit late. Or your house, or wherever you are at that moment. Personal integrity. At Owens Asia, we verify if pre-employed candidates are telling the truth on their resumes. I bring this up because I know that you're all going to be working on this very soon. We contact the school, like Systems Plus, request a verification of the specific degree awarded, the dates of enrollment, date of graduation. We do this for your past jobs too. We also do other types of checks, all used to determine if the job is appropriate for you. We essentially check the integrity of our clients' candidates. Why? Let me ask you, would you like your mom to be operated on by someone who got a fake diploma? Would you like to fly in a plane with a co-captain who never actually passed his flight exam? Would you like to hire a software developer or an engineer who says they have 5 years of experience and pay him at that level, only to find out he probably only has 1 year of experience after he starts working? Do you want to work with that guy and hold him up for the team's sake? You know, group mentality, 2 people work. 2 people work a lot, 2 people don't work at all, and 2 people work some of the time. Do you want to hold those people up in your work? We at Owens Asia and my companies, we reduce business risk by making sure that companies know the background of who they're employing so that they can make the right business decisions and not waste money, time, or even people's lives. So when you make your resume, the truth and nothing but the truth. As you go through your career, you will have many temptations to break your integrity, your word of honor, your morals. But if you stay true to your beliefs and keep your integrity, then people will have confidence in you and you will earn the respect you deserve. In closing, I'd like to share one of my favorite quotes. I have paraphrased for ease of understanding. William Murray was a famous Scottish mountaineer in the 20th century. Until you are committed, there is hesitancy, the chance for you to draw back, always ineffectiveness. The moment you definitely commit yourself, then many things occur to help you. Whatever you can do, or dream you can do, Begin it. Don't hold back. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now. Thank you very much.
At this point, our Executive Vice President, Madam Lian Happy L. Bustamante, our Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Edgar Galang, Vice President for Student Services, Professor Christopher V. Manawes, will be presenting the plaque of appreciation to our guest speaker. The citation reads, Systems Plus College Foundation, Balibago, Angeles City, awards this plaque of appreciation to Mr. Todd Owens for having generously shared his time, effort, and expertise as a distinguished guest of honor and speaker in the 28th commencement exercises of Systems Plus College Foundation, crossing the threshold of a new education era, keeping our perspectives. Given this 15th day of April 2015 at Systems Plus College Foundation Theater, Systems Plus College Foundation, Angeles City, Philippines. Signed, Madam Lourdes R. Bustamante, President. And now, we have come to one of the highlights of this celebration, the part which all parents, guardians, families, and friends have been waiting for. A moment worth anticipating, where all graduates will individually walk up on stage to receive the symbolic confirmation of their titles. May I call on stage once again, the Executive Vice President, Madam Lian Happy L. Bustamante, our Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Edgar Galang, our Vice President for Student Services, Professor Christopher V. Manawes, Dean of the College of Computing and Information Sciences, Dr. Grace Fabros-Tyler, to be assisted by our Administrative Head, Ms. Ovelia M. Liwag, and Technical Program OIC, Mr. Wilfredo Quiroz Jr., for the presentation and distribution of diplomas.
Associate in Computer Technology, Jorens S. Avalos. Mary Ann P. Sunshine G. Bondo. Maria Patricia V. Molones. Tim M. Briones. Denzel P. Calyos. Gerald Renzo E. Cadlas. Romel J. Kapati. Diana D. Carlos. Jonel P. Carlos, Loyalty Awardee. Vince Lawrence A. Castro. Lady Ann S. Cayabyab. Earl Garnet E. Chico. Marvy N. Orfus. Jericho C. Cortez. Aaron J. Y. Dalu. Rafael G. Domínguez. Alice F. David. Julianne E. David. Shirley L. David. project. Janela Camille G. Genzon. John Paul A. Garcia. Jordan P. Gatmaitan. Clarissa M. Gaza. John R. James A. Lanida. George Go. Felix Joshua Dozo. Renz Christopher L. Bruy. Vanessa B. Guerrero. Lawrence T. Bin. Sonar V. Halili. Carmina B. Isip. Marjorie B. Jimenez. Jeffrey B. Juan.
Sige, Nina. Gawag ka sa iyo. Lubaw dito. Thanks mo na.
David Roy L. Lacandale. Ang Lansangan. Maverick Q. Luso. Maria Cristina C. Magdamit.
Loyola. Rodelio Mendoza Jr. Denver Mercado.
Russell Salalila, Best Capstone Project Awardee. Jay Salvador. Gilbert Santiago. Jaisel Sanchez. Kit Cariel Sanchez. Danica Santiago. Zaira Santiago. Aldrin Santos, Athlete of the Year. Ivy Ann Santos. Eric Sibal. Francilin Sigua. Julius Sinamban. Christ John Day Season. Michael C. Alexander Camilan Jr. Precious Ann Tapnio. Kimberly Taya, Leadership Awardee. Albert John Tolentino. Kenneth Villapania. Kevin Villapania. Miko Neil Villaruel. Norman Vito. Our October graduates for Associate in Computer Technology. Carl Anthony Balonstat. David Renz Katangal. Angelito De Vero. Bilao. Mark Stephen Velasco.
Once again, congratulations to our graduates, to their parents and benefactors. Remember that this commencement exercises is not the end of your journey, but the beginning. This is the first step to the realization of your aspirations and dreams. And now, the congratulatory message will be presented by Mr. Belly L. Cabigon, Outstanding Student, Associate in Computer Technology Graduate for the academic year 2014-2015.
To Professor Madam Leah Happy Bustamante, Executive Vice President. Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Edgar G. Galan. Vice President for Student Service, Professor Christopher B. Manabis. Administrative Head, Opelia M. Liwan. Guest of Honor, Todd Owens. CIS Dean, Dr. Grace F. Tyler. Program Heads, Admin Staff, faculty members, parents, guests, co-graduates, good morning. Steve Jobs, former CEO of Apple Company, he said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust the dots that will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gods, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down, and it has made all difference in my life. Everyone has a dream. This dream is sometimes viewed as unattainable. Nevertheless, I have programmed it very core of my being, that I can make a difference. Looking back to the few days of my coexistence, I could but smirk on the fact that I am an innocent boy from Angeles City would be talking to the graduating batch of 2015. That ecstasy I'm feeling at this very juncture cannot be unheard. The many upheavals that I've succumbed while studying has been finally rewarded. As an ACT student, it was a requirement to have a computer, desktop, or a laptop. This I was deprived of. Not having it was very difficult as my passion for learning. Yet, it has not impeded my thirst for knowledge. I was so determined to study computer science. Every day, I was so famished for more knowledge. I became very inquisitive for everything about computer. I unwearingly raved for every difficult computer software. There are times I would falter and get so discouraged. But my focal point was the dream of becoming advanced in my field of I have chosen. This graduation is not the end of skills and in my specialization. I will forever searching for more computer advancement as I saunter in fulfilling my dreams to becoming a computer programmer. There is things we all need to remember. There is a lesson that I've through all the years. Learn to appreciate others. Remember that we cannot stand on our own. Of course, we solve problems by ourselves, answer our tests individually, and go through our everyday lives. But we cannot deny how important the people around us are. Our parents, friends, instructor, administrator, all of them have played vital role on helping us where we are now. Most especially God has made it possible to see all the challenges and come out of them better and stronger. At this moment, I would like to grab the opportunity to extend the gratitude to all the persons who have been part of my success. To Almighty Father, for giving me strength and wisdom in order for me to reach where I am now. To my parents who never stop loving, caring, and supporting me, thank you so much for all the sacrifices. I love you. To my subject prof, instructor, thank you so much for the entire lesson you have taught. I owe you all the things that I've learned and become a better individual person. To my friends and classmates, you know who you are, guys, especially to my math. Thank you so much for helping me in many ways. To my fellow graduates of class of 2015, congratulations on getting this far. Now go live a life that's worth remembering, and I bid my last words. Stay hungry, stay foolish, as stated by Steve Jobs. Once again, good morning and congratulations. We deserve to give ourselves one huge round of applause.
Thank you, Belly, and congratulations for graduating with flying colors. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to be an SPCF alumnus. Therefore, may I call on Mr. Raymond Garcia, a member of the Systems Plus College Foundation Alumni Association Incorporated, for the induction of graduates to the Alumni Association.
Dear graduates, please stand. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Haven't been inducted as a member of Systems Plus College Foundation Alumni Association do hereby solemnly swear that I will abide by its noble traditions, principles, and practices, that I will contribute towards the attainment of its noble objectives, that I will serve for the best interest of the association and the community it serves, without mental reservation or purpose of evasion. So help us God. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Raymond Garcia. To our graduates, you are now official members of the SPCF Alumni Association Incorporated. Now that you have formally received your confirmation of and had been inducted to the Alumni Association, it is just but proper to pay due respect to your alma mater that has molded, guided, and taught you to become what you are now. This day will definitely mark the start of a new journey, a new view of life, a new beginning. At this juncture, to add significance to this occasion, the graduates will now render their graduation song entitled Thanks to You, to be led by Ms. Francelyn Sigua, Associate in Computer Technology graduate. At this point, the graduates will now lead us in the singing of the SPCF hymn. May I request the audience to please rise.
Plus until commitment to excellence that has turned the key. The promises we made are the dreams we'll ever make. The vision in our heart will shine forevermore. We'll walk in strength and character, and love will be our side. The value of your guidance, the wisdom of your life. And we will be the children, we will be the children, who will live in loyalty.
Ladies and gentlemen, the exit of colors. To all our respected guests, parents, relatives, friends, ladies and gentlemen, the Systems Plus College Foundation Technical Vocational Education expresses its most sincere appreciation and gratitude for your presence. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion. Your being here with us has indeed added color and significance to this affair, something we would happily recall in the future. And to our graduates of class 2014-2015, congratulations, and always believe that the best is yet to come. We all wish you the best of luck to a new horizon before you. This has been your Master of Ceremony for this occasion, Mr. Reggie Bonifacio. Ladies and gentlemen, the recessional.